Welcome to Pubcast Live. I'm Ken Thomas, along with my good buddy Thor.
That's me over here.
Yes, it is.
Way over here.
And Pubcast Live is the podcast where we celebrate America's love affair with bars, pubs, and breweries. This is episode 15. Thor, we have another first for Pubcast Live.
This is a brand new bar, someone we know very little about at all.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
And they've been in operation for all of approximately 2 weeks, and part of that was a soft opening.
That's right.
I think I have the first question. How was day one?
Yeah.
Now tell us about day two. No, I'm not.
We could do that 14 times in a row and we'd be done.
We'd have a show.
We're talking today to CC Miles, CC's Bar.
Yeah.
Northeast Brainerd. It's a brand new little bar. I've seen pictures of the inside. This is beautiful. This is really clever.
Yeah, we were scoping them out on Facebook because, like you say, we haven't been there yet, and it really looks cool.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun. And CC Miles, she's the owner and operator and probably the bartender and the janitor and probably everything, right?
Yeah. Head mop person.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's how it is when you open that first bar. You're kind of the whole deal, aren't you?
Well, let's find out more about her and about CC's in Brainerd here.
All right, we'll get to that interview in just a moment on Pubcast Live. Pubcast Live is brought to you by Giovanni's Frozen Pizza. It's great frozen pizza, and there are over 20 varieties to choose from. I like that double sausage, twice the sausage of the original. It's available in bars all over the upper Midwest. Ask for it by name, Giovanni's Frozen Pizza. And right now on Pubcast Live, it is time for us to visit with our guest today, and that is CC Miles from CC's brand new bar.
CC's? What is that, Ken?
It sounds like a measurement.
Of fun.
Oh, fun. There we go.
Go on.
No, we're kidding you a lot. CC, welcome to Pubcast Live.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is exciting for you, isn't it? I mean, the fact that you have a brand new bar here in the city of Brainerd.
Yeah, it is insanely exciting. It doesn't really quite feel real yet.
Well, you've only been at it for how long?
About 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So last Thursday we did a soft open.
Yeah.
So we didn't advertise. We just kind of word of mouth. A lot of my regulars over at Green Lantern, where I was at for 6 years beforehand.
Oh, okay.
And the support we received from them has been amazing. Good. All of my Green Lantern family. And then we had a lot of friends and a lot of family. And now it's kind of exciting. We're getting those new faces. Word of mouth is spreading, and we're getting kind of some recognition out there in Brainerd. So
yeah, that's cool. Well, I drove by the other day. It is gorgeous from the outside, and I had to do the double take because I don't think there's been a bar on that stretch for a long, long time, has there?
Well, it's been a while.
Five Rocks, of course, is down the road from you, but yeah.
Well, which is really exciting for that side of town because there really hasn't been anything other than the 2 and 8, which is kind of closer to the Merrifield side and heading out of town.
Right.
So yeah, Five Rocks, and then actually Ed Matson owned the building before us, and he had the skillet, and he's the one that actually built the bar. Yeah. And when we purchased the bar, we purchased the equipment and the furniture. So we really just going into it had to do a deep clean, do our ordering. But other than that, Ed already had a beautiful bar there.
Yeah.
But
nice.
A lot of people didn't know that because they actually had a fire over at the skillet in the ceiling. So between the fire and then COVID, I would say the bar was only open for roughly a month or so. And it didn't get a lot of recognition.
Yeah. And I was in there. It's really a cool place.
It really is.
It's got a lot of character. I mean, it's built, I don't know if you know the history of it. So that building I know was born in the late 1800s. And this is kind of funny because you just found this out, that was the original home of Giovanni's Frozen Pizza, who is the sponsor of this show. They started in 1994. There was a little meat market there, and they bought out this meat market and moved in there, and they operated Giovanni's for 10 years in that building before moving to the industrial park.
Wow.
And remodeled it, and it was a classy building then, but it had, you talk about character.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you look in the basement is all fieldstone rock foundations. It's just an old building, and it's kind of neat.
So it's got instant character.
It really does. And we went and looked at it and met with Ed and immediately fell in love with the building.
Sure.
It's a beautiful building with that bare brick look.
Yeah.
Kind of gives you that industrial feel.
Yeah. And that's a nice nod to Ed too, because you're right. He did a great job of getting that all built out and ready. And then, like you say, all those things, the fire and COVID at the same time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I'm really excited to see you back in there. That's fun. I think it's going to be great.
Well, thank you. And I'm glad you brought up the history too, because I'm actually, as we get going, I have a lot of customers that come in, and Giovanni's is actually who we carry for our pizza.
Sure.
So very cool to know that what we offer for our food option was originally there a year after I was born, actually, which is crazy.
Oh, God.
I know. But so I love.
So anybody was wondering about Thor's age. Thank you. Okay.
But it's very interesting. I learn something new about the building every day.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So for our listeners to Pubcast Live, paint a picture, if you will. We walk in the door. You've already said it's the old brick wall. It is. It's that old brick wall, and we actually kept our decor very minimal because I wanted to be able to display that brick. I think in itself it has a lot of character. We do have a few, neons and a couple of tins put up so we can obviously display what we offer. Sure. And then we don't do any drink menus. We actually have 2 giant chalkboards over on the wall that display all of our house cocktails, all of our beer lists, and then what we offer for our pizza options and cheese bread options. Yeah. Oh. So that's kind of nice. The customers, we've gotten very positive feedback for that. Mm-hmm. And then we do have, modern tables. It's kind of that fake wood look. And we got 4 different tables and then about 20 bar stools around. So. Right. So is this is this for everyone to walk in? Do you skew more young? Do you skew older? Or does it change during the day? How does that? So I did not know at all what to expect when we went into this. And it's been so fun to see what we have. We have actually one of our regulars is this group of 4 pickleball players that are all 75 plus. And we've gotten a lot of, that age group. And then we've gotten 21st birthdays already. And we've gotten the pool players that want to play the fun music and hang out until bar close. Sure. We have the early birders, like I said, my pickleball players that come in right away when we open, hang out for an hour and then head home. So anyone can come on in and feel comfortable. And every single one of them has given me positive feedback. I'm going to knock on wood here that the negative ones don't come. But so far, everybody loves the atmosphere. And we're unique in the sense that we offer house cocktails that take a little bit of time that a lot of the downtown bars don't offer. Oh. So we're trying not to so much be competition, but just be different. Yeah. Well, let's get more into that. So what makes your cocktails different? So ours take a little bit of time. So we're not quite grab your beer, get your shot, and you're over and done with the interaction in 30 seconds. We're gotta wait a couple more minutes for a cocktail. We offer mojitos that require muddling. Our main cocktail line is actually done around our Sugarland Moonshine, which is new to this area. Ooh. Yes. So they take a little more time, but I like to think the atmosphere and the friendliness of our bartenders and the quality of our cocktails, nobody minds waiting a minute or 2 more for these cocktails. Well, and we're all just trying to slow down a little bit anyway, right? No, we're always in such a darn hurry. Absolutely. We're always in a hurry to get things done. And I think it's the quality. I mean, because this is a notch up from... Well, no, it's about several notches up from a screwdriver. Yes, and that's what we're going for. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So I was on your Facebook page and I saw for Mother's Day there was a very large pink drink. Yes, our blackberry lemonade. Oh, and that's made with the moonshine too? It is, yeah. So right now we carry about 7 different flavors of the moonshine, and I didn't even know about it. I'm going to give a little shout out to our liquor rep, Emily at Southern Glacier. All right, way to go, Emily. Yes, it was amazing. She came in with just a packet of papers and was telling me about these moonshines, and it just fits so well with the atmosphere we have there. Yeah. And it's just something new and different, and the feedback has been phenomenal. And so we have about 6 different cocktails we offer. Signature, house cocktails. I can't take credit for coming up with them. Sure. But so we base our line around that, and I would say about 80% of the drinks we sell are our moonshine cocktails. So wow, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yep. Now we have to go try one of those. I hope so. Moonshine cocktail. Yeah, why not? That's legal, right? The moonshine. This is legal moonshine. Stuff, okay, this no is brewing legal. In the basement, moonshine. Out in the shed or anything. I don't see Grandpa running in a car out back. No, going really fast down the road. Dukes of Hazzard style. No, I got none of that. Okay, so it's all legal, folks. You can go there and drink moonshine legally. Oh, I like this. I noticed too when you you said the chalkboard has the drinks and the beers. That beer selection is pretty extensive too.
We try to give people a lot of options, and because we are so new, we're sort of feeling it out, seeing what we sell, what people are asking for. So I know already that there's a couple that are going to come off that list and a couple that are going to get added to that list.
Yeah. And that's kind of fun, and that's how you cater to your customers,
Absolutely.
right?
And that's what we're all about. I am open. Anybody that comes in and asks for something, if they promise me they're going to come back, I have no problem ordering a case of that.
You said something about, did you say something about guys shooting pool too? Or
yeah.
So you have a pool table?
We did. So there wasn't actually a pool table in there when we purchased the building.
Okay.
So that's new. And we added another dartboard.
Okay.
We're actually going to do some posting on our Facebook page pretty soon here. I am looking for pool teams and dart teams that I would love to sponsor. And we can always talk details if anybody's interested.
Yeah, okay.
But that definitely helps in the winter when we slow down to have those teams.
So what's the best way here really quick for them to get a hold of you? Is it through your Facebook page?
Through our Facebook page. Okay. Either that or my personal Facebook's connected to my page as well.
Gotcha.
And that's really the best way to keep up to date with the new happenings at CC's.
Perfect.
All right. Speaking of happenings, do you have some plan? Now, you're all of 2 weeks into this, so I'm not saying, have you had any signature events in 2 weeks? Probably not. But do you have plans for things like that?
We actually do. So we only have one event planned, hoping to have more in the future, especially because we got the exciting news. We got approved for our patio out back.
Oh, more breaking news.
We were going to hold on to that. That's breaking news here. So, and you do have that's a nice big area out back there.
It is. So. And we got it approved. We have to keep a separate walkway into the building, but for the most part, we can fence in the whole patio and have another option for our customers.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then jumping back before we get too far ahead here, June 5th, we have Blind Joe coming to CC's. Yep. So he will be our first big event, and we're hoping to have him out back on the patio as long as construction is done and the weather permits, of course.
Sure. Yep.
But otherwise, we'll put him right inside the building. So
some live music.
Yes.
That's
and we're hoping for more after that.
Nice. Yeah. Nice.
That does sound fun.
Yeah.
You know, and patios are so popular right now, so that's great you're adding that.
So let's, we mentioned the skillet quick, but there might be listeners, I'm sure there are, that still in their minds can't picture where this is. So you're driving by, right next to you. Jimmy John's Subs is right up by you, right?
Yep, right next door across the street.
Skillet Cafe is right on the corner. Now, that's been there for many years, called the Magic Skillet for many years.
Yeah, that's kind of a staple.
So that's been there forever, and you're right next door to that. And so for all you old timers, used to be the Sanitary Meat Market back in years ago, Gail Gordon. So wow, we might have a listener that knows that.
And then come to find out it was Giovanni's.
Yeah, and then it was Giovanni's after that.
And then it was actually connected to the Skillet for a while. So I mean, it's that close that there was a doorway connecting the buildings. And then when we purchased, who we purchased from, went ahead and put up a dividing wall.
Yep.
So right next there, most of our patrons park in the back parking lot, which we are working on getting a sign up to help you find it a little easier.
Sure.
Yes, but
very
you were actually right by the old Esser's Liquor up northeast too. Remember years ago? Esser's had their big warehouse liquor store there, so you're sandwiched right between that and the Skillet restaurant.
Yeah, cool. So you said you're doing live music. That'll be fun to add those to, events. And how about charities? Do you have any charitable events planned?
Not yet. We would absolutely love to start getting involved in that. We are just so new that we're kind of trying to get our feet under us first. Go ahead and figure out, our liquor and all that jazz. But that is something I'm very interested in.
I can't believe you don't have this all figured out yet.
I really should, right?
You've been at it for 2 weeks. What are you waiting for?
I know. I'll get my head on straight and get it together. But so hopefully in the near future, we will get involved, as far as like sponsoring and being involved in charities. I'm very excited.
Are there any particular, we have people listening that are involved in charities and stuff. Is there any particular kind that you would like to think about or?
I'm really pretty open.
Open to, okay.
I'm very open. Yeah. And another thing for them, anybody that's interested in getting in touch with me, just find me on my Facebook page and shoot me a message.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right through CC's Bar there. So.
Yep.
So do you have merchandise yet?
We do. So we actually, which is kind of rare for a bar to start out with merchandise. We did have t-shirts and sweatshirts available, and we sold out of our sweatshirts in about 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah. Little shout out to my family, though, who purchased probably 70% of them.
What is family for?
Exactly. Very supportive. But we do have a few t-shirts left. We just renewed an order. So we have sweatshirts that are going to be available in about a week. T-shirts in about 2 weeks. So we are very excited about our clothing line.
Good. You put pictures of those on your Facebook page
absolutely.
and stuff too,
when those get in, we will display
Perfect.
All right. Now, CC, you said you used to bartend at the Green Lantern, did you say?
I did, yeah. So I've actually been bartending for 10 years.
Yeah, tell us about that. And then I have a follow-up question.
All right, I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
So I'm 28 currently. I started bartending about 18. I got my start out in Pine Center at JR's Junction. Oh. Yeah, way out kind of in the boonies, but that was my hometown. Okay. And I absolutely loved it. It was a very amazing place to get my start and kind of get my feet wet. And that's kind of when I first entertained the idea of opening my own place eventually. Oh, cool. And then I left JR's after about 4 years and I went over to the Green Lantern and I was there for just about 6 years. So I don't do a whole lot of hopping around. I settle and I loved my Green Lantern family and have nothing bad to say about that. I miss them. Yeah. I have to stop myself from driving out that way kind of sometimes because it still doesn't quite feel real.
We were actually visiting a couple weeks ago with them too. We're going to try to have them on a future show here real soon.
Oh, so, very cool.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Carl and Dee are amazing people. So I highly recommend that.
Excellent. So there you go. You've spent a few years bartending, always dreamed of having your bar. All of a sudden, you're behind your own bar. What does that feel like?
It is like I mentioned before. It's very surreal. It kind of just feels like a dream. I'm still waiting to wake up from. And the support I've received, it's overwhelming.
Not only that, it's just great to go to bed at like 8 every night and wake up at 9 every day, and work Monday through Friday. And isn't that awesome?
That's what I got going on.
Yeah, that's great.
For sure.
Awesome.
No, actually, I'm looking at about 70-hour work weeks, 7 days a week. I look forward to finding a decent staff and kind of getting.
Well, you don't look like you've been working 70 hours. She looks refreshed and excited. So,
well, you know what's great about literally living my dream is that I still am excited to go to work. It's very long and I have my days when I'm exhausted. Yeah. I'm not going to try to pretend that that's not a thing, but doing what I've always wanted to do. Yeah. I wake up ready to go to work every day. Yeah, and I have a very supportive fiance who actually owns SEs in downtown Brainerd, Isaac Carranza. Yep. And he was really the reason that I made this big leap. I don't know if I would have done it without his little push.
Yeah, and Isaac has been real active in the bar scene downtown Brainerd.
Yes.
Running nice operations there. So that's cool.
He's been bartending for 20 plus years. So.
Yep. Little guy, too. He's kind of a small guy.
Oh, yeah. He's hardly noticeable. He
looks a lot like me, I think, doesn't
he? Okay, for our listeners at home listening to this.
Yeah, well, no, we don't.
Let's just say that her fiance has been in the gym and Thor hasn't.
Let's just say I arm wrestled him once and beat him, and I don't think he's ever forgiven me.
He holds a grudge like that,
Oh, that's funny.
Actually, he didn't. I didn't beat him. That never happened.
We kind of knew.
We had an inkling.
Yeah, we had an inkling.
Oh, okay.
2 weeks under your belt. What's next? I mean, this is interesting because of the fact that, like you said, this whole thing, starting off, we're still on this tail end of the pandemic. You have nowhere to go but up, right?
That's exactly it right there. And we made this all happen so fast. Like I said, we went and took a look at the building, decided we wanted it within 2 days. I called my boss, Carl, at the same time, asked his opinion because he runs a great business and I value his opinion. And I gave him my notice that we decided. I worked all the way up until 2 days before we did our soft opening. So I did not give myself a whole lot of time, but we were prepared as much as we could be. There was a couple bugs we worked out in the first couple of days.
There always is.
Yes. And in these, I can't really use the excuse we just opened. We're 2 weeks in now. So we kind of have everything.
You're done with that.
Yeah. I mean, we're over and done with that. We should have our crap together, right? But, we're just, as soon we have the patio coming, our first live music. After that, we're hoping to do more with live music, maybe extend our food options sooner or later. And we would like to extend our cocktail line as well, get a blender in there and do some blended drinks. So
I guess what I'd like to say about this too is, there's a lot of these bars that, I mean, for a while it was all about building a brand new place and brand new. I love these little bars that are tucked into a city, and we have several of them here. You go to the Minneapolis area, I mean, they're all over, these unique little bars that are just in the middle of a business area or a area like you are. And there's so much character in there that, you just love to see that. You love to see that coming back, and you want people to still patronize those places for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I call them the what do you want to call it? The historic bar. So they are a long, narrow room. Am I right?
Yeah.
I've been in so many of those through the course of my life.
Not terribly wide, no, but
they have so much character. That's what I'm saying.
They really do. And when you're first walking in either the front or the back door, it's kind of surprising when you step into it because it's bigger than you imagine. It really does look like a little hole in the wall. But the way we have it set up, I like to think that we are capitalizing on the space we do have as much as we possibly could. Yeah. And as I said before, positive feedback from everybody. They love the atmosphere and the little quaintness of it. So,
some of the best times in my life have been in those little bars like that are just filled with locals, and you come to visit, and you're always welcome. And it's the kind of the theme of our show again. Right. We keep getting back to that. It's about being social, getting out and meeting people.
Absolutely. Yep.
That must be fun for you too.
Oh, I love it. I love people. I'm in the right business for that. I could sit and babble all day with random. I love it. It's very rewarding for me. So.
Well, this has been great fun. We're glad you stopped by today. And like you say, it's brand new. I mean, CC's, you see the sign. You got a great sign right on the road there. You can't miss it. Just make sure next time you're driving by, you take a second glance and locate where it is.
Yeah. And again, you said parking in the back. So swing around the back side of that block and you'll see the parking lot.
Yeah. There is a little space up in front, but it's maybe 3 cars. And you're just kind of better off finding our back lot back there.
Yeah. And there's side street. I mean, there's plenty of parking around there. You just got to right on the main highway. That's a little tricky.
Well, it sounds like you're off to a fantastic start, and I can't wait to see what happens, and we definitely will come and see you over at CC's.
Well, I sure hope so, and I really appreciate you guys taking the time and having me on the show.
Our pleasure.
It has definitely been our pleasure. CC Miles, our guest, brand new bar right here in East Washington Street. Do we consider that Northeast Brainerd?
Yes, we do. Yep.
Northeast Brainerd, CC's. Go check it out. You're going to like it. And stop and have one of those signature cocktails with a little moonshine. I think you'll enjoy that too. CC, thanks again.
Thank you, guys.
That does it for this segment of Pubcast Live.
What a nice young gal.
That was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
And we didn't have to resort to what happened on day 1 or day 2. No, I'm really excited to go visit CC's in Northeast Brainerd.
Yeah, and she's just running, sounds like she's running a really nice, fun place to go. And the pictures, like I say, go look at her Facebook page. You're going to be surprised at how beautiful that is.
Yeah. You know what I caught more than I have in a long time on. It's just the passion she has for her brand new business.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun?
It is fun to see. Yeah, it's contagious.
Fun. Yeah. It's fun. You could just hear how passionate she is about making this just a really cool bar. And I think she's off to a running start with the moonshine and the great beer selection.
As long as she doesn't end up in jail.
No, it's a Brands, Thor. There's no old Chevy in the back running.
Well, I'm dating myself, huh?
Yeah. That's, yeah.
Okay, so I agree, though, and she broke news here that their patio has just been approved.
Yeah.
It's going to take a little while to build it out, but I happen to know they have a nice big area in the back there that they're going to turn into a pretty clever patio, I have a feeling, and that'll be a lot of fun, too. She mentioned the music coming up, so...
Yeah, a really nice addition to that part of town. So
for sure.
And like I told Cece, I think you and I ought to go over there and scope it out for real.
Not a bad idea. We're really glad to have had her here today, but keep your emails and stuff coming. We love that. You can find us on our website, pubcast.live.live. Info@pubcast.live is our email, or you can find us on Facebook all the time, Pubcast Live, and on YouTube.
Yeah.
So keep it coming and let us know what you'd like to hear and what you like and would like to hear more of.
Yeah. And we'll continue to explore here on Pubcast Live.